A question I think everybody been wanting to know is, are you still at Destination Smokehouse?
No, I'm not. I'm not at Destination Smokehouse. I'm with Tendernism now. You know, I have to go on my own, you know, so that way I can do what I have to do. So I don't want nobody to be, it is what it is. You got to move on. When things happen, you don't get mad. Hey, you just take another step. Get glad. Praise the Lord, you're still living. But this, hey, I'm finna tenderize the world now. Hey, they should have never. But it is what it is, y'all. And keep, hey, family out there, y'all keep supporting me. And I guarantee you, I ain't gonna do you wrong. Booyah.
So everybody's been talking about Destination Smokehouse lately. And we know that the OG Walter ended up leaving. He said that, well, no, he didn't leave, he got fired. Right? He was saying that he got fired. We put up the GoFundMe. We saw Cartel Bo in Houston say that is coming to Houston. We even saw videos and images of him cooking for Ronald Isley and his wife, right? So now we know that he's going to be cooking for the stars. He's going to be shaking and moving around. Well, when this situation went down, it pulled a lot of business away that we can see from Destination Smokehouse. And the owner now has been coming out now making comments, trying to run interference, trying to explain himself, because it looks like the ship is leaking oil over there.
Morning, my name's Nick, and recently there's been a lot of conversations about Destination Smokehouse that don't fully represent our history or what we stand for. Today, I want to speak directly to our supporters about Walter Johnson and his involvement with Destination Smokehouse. Walter was never asked to leave. The application to register the trademark for Tendernism was not filed without his knowledge. Walter was an early source of inspiration for me, and I've always been grateful for that. We've shared so many genuine moments together, talking about barbecue and bonding over the craft that we both love. These moments were filled with camaraderie and mutual respect. Today, I'm proud of Walter for having the courage to go after his own dreams. It takes heart. I respect anyone who chooses to build something of their own, and I wish him nothing but the best. The barbecue community is really small. Guys, we all know each other, and as small business owners, I feel it's our responsibility to support one another and celebrate the craft that brings people together through our food. It's always been about great food and the spirit of the community with barbecue, and that's what Destination Smokehouse will always stand for. We're grateful for the support of our guests and our team and the barbecue community. We will remain focused on moving forward with respect, positivity, and a shared purpose. Thank you, guys.
Now, that's him trying to speak, but let's go back and let's look at when all this stuff went down. You know, he was trying to do damage control. He was on Idi Amin show, and he was basically talking. Remember when he said when he first met Walter, Walter had nothing, but he also says that Walter helped him build this thing up from the ground up, right? Y'all remember this?
Something to say.
I'm Otis. I'm Otis. You know what else, though,
too? You know y'all make me David Ruffin.
Well, you already know.
Oh, man, that's what you're trying to tell me.
You gotta be a David Ruffin.
Hey, man,
You can't be the Temptations without a David Ruffin.
Yeah, boy, that's how you going with it. Okay.
No, I mean, it's a joke. We already know. If you spend any time here and you see what happens behind the scenes, you can see that our dynamic is way more than that corny stuff. It's like people fell in love with Walt, and I totally get it. We all fell in love with him before we went viral, right? But yeah, the trolls are weird. Walt, sometimes they go at him too, you know, which is crazy. It's like, if people had any idea, first of all, if you respect Walt, how are you going to question why he's involved with this business? Mm-hmm. If you know Walt, you feel dumb even thinking it, because he's not getting played by anybody. That's just like a guarantee. He's opened my eyes to when people were trying to play me. So it's like, it's disrespectful to even think Walt would be getting played in this situation. To think that, and the other thing too, people think I'm the money man. What one guy, when he called me the money man, I'm like, money man? I was the zero money man when this thing started. Even when we came down here, there wasn't any money. We did this on a shoestring budget that built up from me taking over a coffee shop that was losing money. It was my family's business, and it was great. It was a great start. But I went in, we owed money. I had to pay bills that weren't mine with money I didn't have. So I did that for a year until I met this gentleman, and he revolutionized my thinking of what we could do in a coffee shop. He's like, hey, you could prep food like this, and why are you doing this like one at a time, and what's up with your inventory? Like, just so many tricks So we went from coffee shop to more of a restaurant, and that was his biggest influence on us in the beginning.
So now let's look at what the public is saying. Somebody came out and said, somebody said cancelism. Thank you for popping up so I can unfollow you. Then somebody came out, right? Because this thing is real crazy, right? Somebody came out and said, why was y'all trademarking something he said anyway? No Walter, no care. No Walter, no care, right? So people was really like this. Him going live was really a disaster. Your restaurant really fumbled a great opportunity. Should have renamed the restaurant after Walter, Mr. Tendernism. Stayed off camera and gave him a small percentage of the company. That would have been a smart move. He's clearly losing business, right? Right. So now now he's trying to come out. This thing is real. This thing is real crazy, man. And I said he's trying to now come out because people not checking for the restaurant no more, right? Then somebody said great companies offer revenue share and pathways to ownership, partnership, especially if they were a catalyst and massive exposure that put your restaurant on our radar. It's sad y'all didn't offer him real compensation, real equity, not just cheap talk on the internet. We see right through your disingenuous behavior. Oh man, like this guy is cooked. He's not gonna be able to come back from this. He ain't gonna be able to come back from this because the people not rocking with him, right? The people ain't rocking with him. And then somebody came out and said, this dude doesn't know how to read the room. No one of the things are going downhill. His awareness level. Then somebody said, hey, we don't give a blank. We stand with Walter, right? So like, him trying to come out and run interference and try to defend this has been just a colossal backfire. But a lot of people turned on him when his stupid self came into the cameras and did this interview.
Visible to a lot of people. But then at the end of the day, it shortchanges so many other people who built this business, including this guy, who when I met him had absolutely zero.
People thought the worst part was that Unc wasn't the restaurant owner. It wasn't. The real outrage is that the term tendernism was trademarked by the restaurant owner. What we are witnessing is an old black man being used as a mascot for another man, white man's restaurant. And let's be honest, after seeing all those viral videos of the meat falling off the bone, anybody would want to try it. It was tendernism that made this restaurant explode online. People come to see him. Keith Lee came to see him. The viral fame, the business, the buzz that came from Unc, not the owner. But when Keith tried to leave a $4,000 tip, security stopped him, saying Unc was too busy. What made people even angrier was the owner's response afterward.
If I would have known he was here, I would have probably asked Edie to stop for a few seconds so we could go over there. That's what I would have done.
The way the owner speaks and Unc's energy just makes the whole thing feel uncomfortable. And ever since then, the owner has been showing up in every tendernism video. Now, the restaurant is getting canceled, with people saying the owner mistreated Unc and he doesn't get paid for all the popularity he's brought to the place. What's your take on all of this?
See, that W man got greedy. And he got jealous that Walter was getting the attention, not realizing that you was the owner. You could have offered revenue shares and pathways to ownership to open up more restaurants. You could even had the name Destination Smokehouse, Tendernism, whatever, right? Because like you said, he had nothing when you met him, but you also had nothing, right? And you guys barbecued together, and it was his innovation and his seasoning salt, right? His style that he was putting, that OG Southern, slang, jive talk, right? With the meat falling off the bone, the dances, the throwing the glasses, all that was drawing the people in. If you was a good person and not greedy, what you would have did was you would have had some form of revenue share set up where he could have had ownership, right? And y'all could have opened up multiple restaurants across different places. But you was only thinking about yourself and it backfired. You should have stayed out of the cameras, out of the way. Shouldn't have been doing no interviews, right? Whatever trademarks you was doing, you should have had everything set up where he would know, right? Because when you just did this video, you didn't add him, right? Because you know that y'all not on good terms. Y'all not on good terms at all because you didn't do good business and it backfired on you. And that's just the way it go, man. doing business with, you know, just with W folks, but with anybody, right? But y'all gotta let me know what y'all think, man. If you made it this far in the video, hit that like button. Subscribe to Street Media TV. Leave your comments in the comment section. And remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.